Have you ever listened to an Irish person speak and thought, what on earth did they just say? Well, you're not alone. There are certain sentences we Irish say that sound completely normal to us, but when you actually stop and think about them, they make absolutely no sense at all. But don't worry, I'm here today to translate for you. Let's dive into the wonderfully weird world of Irish slang. First up, a classic. Yeah, I will now in a minute. If someone says this to you, let me be very clear. It does not mean they will do it now. It definitely does not mean they will do it in a minute. What it actually means is, I will get to it at some unspecified point in the future. It could be 10 minutes from now. It could be next Tuesday. It's a mysterious time that exists outside our normal understanding of physics, and you absolutely cannot question it. You just have to accept that it will happen. Eventually. Maybe. Next, we have the phrase, you're grand. Oh, this is a tricky one. Grand is the Swiss Army knife of Irish words. It can mean so many different things depending on the context, the tone of voice, and the direction the wind is blowing. If you ask someone how they are and they say, I'm grand, it probably means they're fine. But if you've just spent 10 minutes telling a long, rambling story and they look at you and say, you're grand, that could mean, please, stop talking now. It could also be a polite way of saying, you're kind of annoying me, but I don't want to be rude. And sometimes, it hoest mans I'm finished with this conversation. Let's move on. It's a social code that you just have to learn to decipher. Good luck. Now, let's talk about the art of the Irish refusal. If you ask an Irish person if they want to do something, and they reply with, I might. Yeah. Please do not get your hopes up. This is not a maybe. This is not a glimmer of hope that they will join you. This is a very respectful, very gentle, but absolutely definite no. We just don't like saying the word no directly. It feels a bit harsh. So instead, we wrap it up in a nice, soft I might. Yeah, which basically translates to, there is not a chance in hell I am doing that, but thanks for asking. Here you see, another one you need to be careful with. He say, character. If you hear someone described this way, you might think it's a compliment. You might imagine someone funny, quirky, and interesting. Wrong. This is not praise. This is a bright, flashing warning sign. He's a character is code for this person is unpredictable, possibly unreliable, and you should probably proceed with extreme caution. It means keep your distance. Whatever you do not lend them money, and for the love of all that is holy, do not ask too many personal questions. You've been warned. Now, for a bit of positivity, Irish style. If you show an Irish person something you're really proud of, maybe a new car or a project you've completed, and they look at it, nod slowly, and say, it's not the worst, you might feel a little deflated. You might think they're being negative or unimpressed. But you'd be mistaken. It's not the worst. It's actually a glowing review. This is the Irish equivalent of jumping for joy and shouting from the rooftops. It's our enthusiasm turned all the way up to 11. If you get a not the worst from an Irish person, you can pat yourself on the back. You've done well. Let us move on to a phrase that signifies the end of all debate. Sure, look, this is a powerful, two-word sentence that carries immense weight. It's usually uttered with a sigh and a slight shrug of the shoulders. It means, I have exhausted all my energy trying to explain this situation, or the circumstances are completely beyond our control, or simply, this is the way things are, and we all just have to accept it and move on. It's the verbal equivalent of throwing your hands up in the air. There's no arguing with sure look. The conversation is over. Similar to our friend I might. Yeah, we have it's close. Cousin, I will. Yeah. If you ask someone to do something and they respond with a cheerful I will, yeah, you might naively believe them. Don't. They will not. They have absolutely no intention of doing it. This is another classic example of the Irish aversion to saying no. The yeah at the end is just there for politeness. It softens the blow. The unspoken agreement here is that they will not do the thing, and you will never, ever mention it again. We all just pretend the request was never made. It's a beautiful system, really. Okay, this next one often causes genuine confusion. That's gas. This has nothing to do with fuel for your car or a funny smell. It also doesn't necessarily mean something is hilarious. although it can. More often than not, that gas is used to describe a situation that is deeply strange, bizarre, or unexpected. If your friend tells you they saw a man walk in a parrot on a leash down O'Connell Street, the correct Irish response is, "Ah, that's gas." It means, "Wow, that is a weird thing to have happened." It's our go-to expression for the truly peculiar. Here's a phrase that is pure, unadulterated emotion. Ah, here. That's it. That's the whole sentence. There is no part two. Ah, here is not the beginning of a thought. It is the thought itself. It is disappointment, frustration, and exasperation all rolled into two short words. If your team misses a penalty in the last minute of a match, the collective sound from the crowd will be, "Ah, here." If the bus drives past you even though you were clearly standing at the stop, "Ah, here." It's a sigh in spoken form. No further explanation is needed. Next, let's talk about "go on." In most parts of the world, this is a phrase of encouragement. You can do it. Go on. In Ireland, it's a little different. If you're telling a story that sounds a bit far-fetched, and your Irish friend looks at you with a slight smirk and says, "Go on," they are not encouraging you. They are saying, "I do not believe a single word you are saying, but this is getting entertaining, so please continue with your ridiculous tale." It's a challenge. It's a sign that your story better have a very good ending. Now for the most powerful, most feared, single-word insult in the entire country of Ireland. Notions. If someone accuses you of having notions, it's a deep-cutting criticism. It means you're getting a bit ahead of yourself. You're trying to be fancy or sophisticated, and it's not working. Ordering a decaf oat milk latte with a caramel drizzle. That's notions. Buying fancy artisanal bread when a regular sliced pan will do. Notions. It means you tried to be something you're not, and you should not have. It's a way of saying, get back in your box. It's brutal. And finally, let's end on a high note. The highest praise an Irish person can give. If you hear someone described as sound, you know they're one of the good ones. He's sound or she's sound is the ultimate seal of approval. It means this person is trustworthy, reliable, decent, and generally just a good human being. They are respected. They are allowed to exist without suspicion. If an Irish person calls you sound, you have officially made it. You are accepted. So there you have it. A quick guide to the beautiful, nonsensical world of Irish phrases. If you understood all of these without my help, congratulations. You are definitely Irish. If you're still a bit confused, welcome. You'll get the hang of it eventually. Or maybe you won't. Sure luck. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this little trip into the Irish psyche, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Slán go. Foil.